All right. So I hope everyone's doing well. Today's call is primarily to discuss a couple new features that we'll be launching here in the immediate future in the next week or two. So we're really excited about it. And I think these are going to be some really great tools for you as licensees to be able to offer to your users and create additional revenue streams. And those two tools are the Wi-Fi hotspot marketing device and then the mobile wallet integration for coupons for Android and iOS. Get to my next slide here. All right. But first, let's talk about some new features and announcements. So we have made a few enhancements to the system that I'd like to review with everybody. The first of those is some public reseller site enhancements. So when you are in your reseller site, which I'm not in, let me get into that real quick. I apologize. And you are managing your new reseller public-facing site. You'll notice that under page settings and SEO, we've enabled some new tools here. So first off, you have Google Analytics code that you can paste in. If you paste in your ID here, it will actually provide you with Google Analytics tracking code. And for those of you that are doing any Facebook marketing or Facebook remarketing, this is the Facebook pixel code. And essentially what that does, if you drop this on your site, and somebody visits your site and then happens to go to their Facebook account, they'll actually get remarketed on Facebook with any ads that you have active on Facebook. So this is a great tool, I think, to really leverage the power of Facebook and target people that are actively visiting your site. And then Google has a tag manager tool, and what the Google tag manager tool does is actually it's one ID, but Google tag manager supports tons and tons and tons of different analytics from different sites, whether it's Yelp or Facebook or Google or anything. So you can actually sign up for one comprehensive account with Google Tag Manager, which I believe is free. There's no cost to it. And then you can manage all your analytics tags through Google Tag Manager. So all three of these are now available to you as licensees to help supplement your website with any additional social media marketing and tracking that you might be engaged in. So we're really excited about those features. All right. So that's the Google Tracking Analytics and Facebook Marketing. Inline MMS file upload and delivery. So this is a cool feature that we just added to the system yesterday. And so, by the way, we really appreciate everybody's patience and understanding and really support as we work to enhance the system with all these features. We are active day in and day out trying to get new stuff added. And I understand everybody has different priorities with different features that they would like to see added to the platform. So we try to approach things from a couple different perspectives. Number one, how many users are asking for the same feature? Number two, the complexity level of the feature and what it will take to implement. And then three, of course, if it's a custom development feature, that gets prioritized in our pipeline as well. And there are a healthy list of items that we are still actively working on that we know are top priority, like the confirmation pop-up for a phone number on the kiosk, and the random winner selector being able to look at kiosk opt-ins and kiosk activity as well. So those are still very much on our list. We were able to crank out a couple other features that have been in high demand here, but don't think that we forgot about those other things. They're actively being worked on, and we hope to get those things launched here in the very near future as well, in conjunction with some of these new tools that we're adding. So the inline MMS, just to kind of step back to the highlight, what the inbound MMS does is when you go to send out a message from the account and you select MMS, you can actually add your MMS message here. So you no longer have to go to the content library, create your subject, your description, upload your graphic. You can actually come in here and select, and actually let me do one thing first. You can start typing out your message. This is a special offer, and if you go in here and now add a new MMS file, going to select any random graphic here, and I hit upload, it's actually going to drop it right in to the page. working behind the scenes. In theory, it should be dropping it right into the page. I know we made a couple tweaks to it. It doesn't look like it worked, and I apologize for that. I think maybe it's because I didn't have some of my selections designated here. But when you add it in line, let's try that one more time. Okay, so that didn't work. Okay, it should drop it right in here, and I apologize. It was working earlier today, so that's a bug that we definitely have to show to our engineering team now, and obviously Murphy's Law, it always happens on live webinars, so my apologies for that. But it will drop the new MMS piece in here, and you will be able to then hit submit and actually add your MMS inline as opposed to having to go to the content library first. The other MMS feature that we added is when you're in the MMS inbox, when you're in the message inbox and you go to respond to a contact, you can actually also do MMS right from the inbox here as well. And this, by the way, also has the inline MMS feature, so you can add your MMS content right from here. So these are the two MMS features that were added. The final piece of this project is adding the MMS capability to the text reminder system, and we know that's of high demand as well. Lots of users that are using the text reminder system that want to be able to not only send MMS but also receive MMS messages from the text reminder system. So that's a whole different animal, but we do have plans to add that here in the near future. So those are some of the new features that we've added. And like I said, we are actively working on all the other things that have been requested. The top priority ones, just so everybody's aware, are the confirmation pop-up on the kiosk. So somebody can actually verify that they've entered in their number properly. This is going to prevent a lot of the missed opt-ins, people mistyping their phone number and opting some random person into their loyalty program. And also the random winner selector being able to look at kiosk activity, not just texting in activity. So those are coming here very soon as well. All right. So we have these new tools, the Wi-Fi hotspot marketing tool and the mobile wallet, which are here really designed to create new revenue streams for you. They're going to add additional value to your business offering. They're going to generate more positive results for your users. And essentially, they're going to allow you to offer a more complete solution to your clients and really be able to compete with some of these other providers out there that are knocking on your client's door, offering this and that. Now you have comparable solutions that can do the same and are already integrated with the iVision platform. So the first of those is the Wi-Fi hotspot marketing, and this is in collaboration with the licensee of iVisionMobile, a company called FanConnect. They were on a previous webinar back in March, and Dyson from FanConnect presented the solution there, and we've been working with Dyson and his team to integrate the hotspot technology into our platform. And this basically takes a normal Wi-Fi hotspot, a traditional hotspot device, and converts it into a powerful data collection tool, meaning when a customer walks into the establishment and wants to join or connect to the Wi-Fi, they have to do so by opting into a mobile club or providing an email or social media connection or something of that nature. And this is fully integrated. It will be fully integrated with iVision's text messaging system, so you can also create automatic triggers that create that ongoing engagement. And so what this looks like is this is the dashboard, and it will be private label ready. So we have kind of a nondescript domain, mywificonnect.com, without any branding on it. And then you're going to have the, iVision or LA Tech Savings or whoever the licensee is. And then once you're in the dashboard, you're going to be able to manage your locations and some of your different triggers and events and things of that nature. And so just to show you what this looks like. Okay, now this entire interface is technically not our system, but it is integrated in from a private label perspective, and so I apologize if there's any slowness here. It's something we can definitely work on with our third-party partners. Okay, it doesn't look like it wants to show me locations either. So, okay, here we go. So when you have a location set up, oh, it did. It loaded it, and then I clicked out of it. Let's get back in there. Okay, so a question came up here while it's spinning. Does it have the geolocation capability mentioned in the last webinar? So the Wi-Fi hotspot does have geolocation capabilities, and you can set up triggers based on when a handset is within close proximity to the router, and different features like that. So you can actually trigger messages and trigger different events based on that. So when you create a location, you're able to then design a splash page, essentially, and a redirect URL, and you basically say, okay, when a person signs on to the Wi-Fi, what is it going to allow them to do? Is it going to require, allow them to connect by Facebook, connect by phone, email, birthday, or maybe it's a secure access code or some type of agreement, and you can actually preview the page. You can hit View Page, and this launches a preview of what that splash page looks like. And so when you go to, for example, phone, and you type in your phone number, and we're still missing a few pieces here, like adding the disclaimer language on this page, but when you enter in your phone number, this will actually opt you in on the iVision site to the mobile campaign that's designed for that account. So you can enable different features here. So it really kind of expands beyond just mobile into other elements like Facebook, email, access code, whatever you want that experience to be. And you're going to work with your user, your client, to determine, what type of connection you're looking to create with the consumer. So it doesn't have to be just mobile. It can be a variety of different connection methods. You can also see an access log where you can see the activity on that Wi-Fi device. There's some firewall settings here where you can block different phones, and then some more settings here in terms of location, address, what router it's connected to, and if you want to put in any custom CSS styling for the page, background image, things like that. So you can also set the data allowance. How much data do you want somebody to be able to pull from the connection, essentially, and the time allowance on the connection. So this is a really nice tool that they've developed, and we have integrated it in with our technology. And the other piece of this is being able to set up triggers. And the way the trigger works, okay, you have no location. So the way the trigger works, essentially, which I kind of indicated earlier, is you can set up different triggers when a phone connects, when a phone is in close proximity, when a phone number disconnects, and you can set up different events based on those triggers. And then the dashboard, of course, shows you a nice comprehensive view of the account and the activity, how many first-time connections, second-time, third-time, et cetera, average visits per day, and then any other demographic or qualifying data that we may have on that handset, gender, browser, whether they're on a desktop or a mobile device. Another question came in here. Will each of our clients have their own page to see their Wi-Fi device data? Is that integrated into the current admin pages? So the answer to that is yes. Each client will have their own splash page, and then you will have admin capabilities for logging in and viewing those stats. I'm not sure if that's something that's going to be. I'm not sure if that's something that's going to be platform level or user level, but definitely on the reseller level, you're going to be able to come in here and see all your locations, all your accounts, and then hone in on specific accounts or account activity to see further details. Okay, so some of the last minute pieces here are just kind of working through maybe some of the activity here, just some of the flow of setting all this up and managing it. And then getting all the reporting built in, which I'll cover here in a little bit. Another question came in here. Does it support presence analytics? In other words, devices that are not logged in. I think once the initial connection is made, and I might have to defer to Dyson and his team on this question. And if Dyson, if you're on the call, if you want to respond maybe to that message in the chat bubble, the question being, I think my understanding is once that initial connection is forged, then the device can detect when somebody's within proximity that's not connected, that has previously been connected. And Dyson did respond. He said it does with our new sensor tech coming soon. So apparently there is some additional technology which is also being implemented on Dyson's side with regards to the Hotspot tool. So thank you, Dyson, for that. All right. So these are the costs to the reseller. And then we're going to talk about suggested pricing. And with regards to cost, let me just kind of disclaimer and put out there that, anytime iVision builds something in-house, we build something proprietary, obviously we try to reduce the cost as much as possible to the licensee and make it, either no cost or something, commensurate with the pricing you're already getting. As we work with different third-party providers to implement some of these tools, because it's really impossible for us to tackle every possible solution out there, as we work with these third-party providers, we have to work with them to come up with kind of negotiated pricing that we can pass through to our licensees. So it's not just an iVision decision, but we have to work with our co-partners on this technology to come up with pricing that we feel is going to work and also satisfies their conditions for what they're looking to make from the technology as well. So the cost of the reseller on the Hotspot marketing tool is $50 one-time setup fee. This includes the hardware setup and the configuration, and also the integration with the iVisionMobile opt-in, as I showed you when you type in your phone number to join. There's then a $50 a month bandwidth usage fee. This is for all the bandwidth support on the device. And then for any additional hotspot devices, if there's a large facility and they need some extra hotspots, it's $15 per month for each additional hotspot device. Now, the suggested user pricing, this is what you would charge your clients and I feel $100 to $150 one-time setup fee is reasonable. I think Dyson and his team charge something comparable to that. I think the monthly suggested pricing should be in the $75 to $150 a month range, and really depends on the overall offering to the business and your existing cost structure. So this is also something that's really important to kind of think about is if you're charging the client $99 a month or $100 a month, can you really charge an extra $150 for a Wi-Fi hotspot device? Or does your pricing have to be consistent with the other charges that the customer currently has? And that's something that we grapple with as well, is how do we price this product for our resellers so that it's consistent with what our resellers are already paying for license fees and for messaging. So that's something that is very important to discuss. Now, I think Dyson charges, him and his team charge in the $99 to $199 a month range. Ultimately, it depends on what type of additional solutions you're offering to the business. Are you providing them with marketing collateral? Are you providing them with managed services? All these things are obviously come at a premium and allow you to charge a little bit extra. And then for additional hotspot devices, suggested pricing would be $25 per month for additional hotspots. So definitely an additional revenue stream here, where if you get 20 additional accounts coming in using this tool every month, that could translate into $500 a month extra that you're earning as part of your offering. All right, moving on. So mobile wallet for Android and iOS. What is the wallet? So we'll get into the wallet here in just a little bit. This is the third-party integration with PassExpress. PassExpress is an iVision licensee. And initially, we had kind of set out to build this tool in-house. And we actually built a really nice Android solution. But then we kind of stumbled on the iOS. And multiple projects got put on our lap, and we put the iOS on the back burner, and we never really quite got back to it, and the project kind of fell by the wayside. And so we were at a trade show back in March at the Pizza Expo. We came across a company called Pass Express that's based out of Utah, actually, right up the street from one of our big clients, Pizza Pie Cafe. And they had the Pass Express technology for both Android and iOS, and we approached them. We said, hey, they were actually using another provider for text messaging. We said, hey, we have a great offering. We'd love to talk about potentially integrating your wallet solution into our system. And it was actually turned out to be a really great relationship because they have a really nice product. So this provides support for both Android and iOS devices. And essentially what it allows you to do is it allows consumers to save a coupon into their mobile wallet app. And this is like a living, breathing coupon. So as you make changes to the coupon in the platform, the changes automatically update the wallet coupon. So you can have, different promotions on a weekly basis, and by changing your coupon name, it automatically pushes those changes live to the wallet, which is pretty cool. It also provides for on-demand push notifications on iOS devices, and location-based or proximity notifications, which I believe are Android only. And we'll get into those in just a second here. Okay, let me switch gears and show you what this looks like. So log into another account, our test account. And there was a question that came in here real quick. For an existing client who is using us for loyalty SMS, this is additional, correct? Yes, and the answer is yes. Yes, both tools that we're showing you today, the wallet piece and the hotspot piece, are both additional charges for implementing. And we'll talk about how we're charging for the wallet piece in just a sec, which we haven't fully fleshed out yet, but we are exploring. Thank you. So the Pass Express team who was on the call said that location-based notifications work on both Android and iOS. So that's my mistake on that. But what the coupon does essentially is when you create a digital coupon and you go into your mobile wallet, you can then edit your pass details. And this previews the pass. And from here, you can edit the pass. So you come in here, you can change the icon, you can change or add a delivery date if you want to add a date to the wallet. You can also change this graphic or remove it altogether. You can embed text overlaid on the graphic, and then here's your description, and here's a scannable QR code to download that. And then obviously you can come in here, you can change the colors of the label, the text in the background, as well as your barcode data, and you can set different barcode types or use a custom barcode. So there's a lot of flexibility here. And the previous iteration of this that was built in-house actually allowed you to update when you updated the coupon, it pushed the changes automatically to the wallet, but this one does not do that. So this one, if you change your coupon name description on the platform side, you will then have to come into your wallet and actually update it in here as well. But once you update your pass, if you want to make any changes to it, you can come in here and set it to active. You can also make it a single-use pass. So this is where it gets a little tricky with redemption and issuing and removing a coupon, because when somebody redeems it on the wallet, it doesn't really do anything on our end. There's no notification from Google that says, hey, this phone number just redeemed this coupon, so go ahead and track that and make sure it's marked as redeemed in the iVision platform. It doesn't do that, unfortunately. So we have to really kind of take a deeper look into what coupons or offers do we want to make wallet driven and which ones do we not. Essentially. When you edit your location, you not only can you add additional locations here, but you can set your location criteria here, and then your nearby text. So this is the proximity marketing. So when somebody has saved your coupon into their wallet and they come within I forgot if it's like 150 meters of your establishment, the address that you have showing here, they will get a push notification that's location-based. And this is a very powerful feature. So it allows you to target people based on their proximity to your establishment. And then you have the notifications, which are just straight push notifications. Hey, we have a special tonight. Come in, 2 for 1. And you can send these notifications on demand. And as you can see here, it's not compatible with Android devices currently. So Google and Android obviously treat this technology much different from one another. And so we have to kind of navigate some of those discrepancies between the two. And then sharing, it gives you what this QR. If you scan the QR code, you can actually download right into your phone, and you can also send this link if you want to have people click a link and download it. And the question came in: will this work? Will the push notifications work with multiple site locations? And the answer is yes. So you can come in here, and when you add additional locations, you can set a nearby text for each location, and you can have 15 different locations for one account essentially. And so these are some of the final pieces that we're working through in terms of pricing. How is this going to be priced? Is it going to be per account, per location, which is actually my next slide here. So the cost, unfortunately, is still to be determined. We're in the final phases of determining the cost structure with Pass Express, because what they do for their users is much different than what we are going to offer our licensees. And so is it going to be based on a per user account, per location, or per passes issued? Okay, and these are 3 different cost structures that are really what you see across the marketplace. So when you look at suggested pricing, keep in mind it has to be in line with your existing cost structure. So $50 to $150 per month, I think, is the general range, but really the sky's the limit. So there are brands out there paying $500 to $3,500 or more for mobile wallet solutions. And if you research some of these providers that offer mobile wallet solutions, there's really very few. So we're super ahead of the curve here, and we feel really fortunate that we have this technology now, because we feel that in the next few years it's really going to be very commonplace. But if you look up Vibes and Urban Airship, those are 2 mobile wallet providers. Vibes is actually an aggregator. They are a tier 1 global aggregator. They're our aggregator. So we use Vibes for all of our messaging currently on all of our short codes. They're a great partner. They're based out of Chicago. They really only deal with like high-end brands and companies that spend $2,500 plus per month. And then Urban Airship is more like a digital agency, if you will. And both companies offer mobile wallet solutions, and both companies charge hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for that type of technology. So the question came in, we can't track redemptions of coupons saved in the wallet, and unfortunately the answer to that is no. When you will have an Android device and you hit redeem a coupon from your Android device, it will take it out of the wallet. It'll say this coupon has been redeemed, but there's nothing that then notifies our system. Google does not have anything in place that we can then circle back up to our platform and mark that coupon as being redeemed. And so that's where there are some still kind of limitations in bridging the gap with the technology, but we feel that this is such a great tool in terms of the location-based services and the push notifications and putting something on the wallet app that we're going to implement it, and hopefully the carriers will change their policies or at least implement some additional solutions in the future. A question came up, and it has come up recently, and I was asked to discuss it today, and that's other proximity marketing technologies, primarily beacons, or what we call Bluetooth proximity marketing. And these have been around for a couple years now, and several licensees of ours have actually started selling this technology and offering this technology. We don't have any immediate plans to implement this technology, and I'll give you kind of our reasoning for that. Number one, we consider this technology to be on the cusp. We're really not sure if it's going to become mainstream. There's a handful of on-the-cusp technologies out there that we've never embraced because we just didn't feel that it was going to be as prevalent in society and in marketing tactics as they might make it appear to be. Beacons is one of those technologies. Because what beacons do is in most cases, they're a hardware device that you put on site, and it sends out a Bluetooth signal, okay? But in order to send somebody a notice on their phone, they have to have their handset on discovery mode. And I don't know about you, but how many people that walk around with their phone just with discovery mode on their Bluetooth device on their handset on? I don't know too many people that do that. It essentially allows other devices to just connect to that device. And Bluetooth is a little scary because with Bluetooth, you get a lot of access, right? Imagine every time you connect your phone to your car via Bluetooth is able to access your contact data, your messaging data. All that data is accessible. And so it's a little scary. And so I don't think it's very likely that consumers will actively do this. I don't envision a consumer walking into the mall and just turning their Bluetooth to discovery mode on and allowing every store to just start pinging them with information. I feel it's a little too invasive. And if somebody does that by mistake and they didn't realize their phone was on discovery mode, they usually correct the problem pretty quickly. So that's just my 2 cents. Everybody's going to have a different opinion on this technology. It's not a bad idea to offer it for those that are looking to offer it and just to see what kind of traction you get with it and if it's something that you feel is valuable and is producing some results. My personal feeling is that it's not something that iVision will embrace or pursue in the near future. Now, that may change, right, in a couple of years, right? We don't know what the future is going to hold. And so that's just our 2 cents on it. So obviously everybody can do whatever they want to do in terms of driving new business and creating new revenue streams. And so, and the comment here said most people actually do this because their car connects their devices, and that's not entirely true because once you have turned on your discovery mode to connect your car for the first time, that's it. It's no longer in discovery mode. Now that connection has been made, so it's not like it's in discovery mode all the time. It's just in discovery mode initially when you forge that connection, and then moving forward, it knows to automatically connect. So I hope that addresses that question there. So just a little tidbit on beacons. I'm not a big fan of them. Everybody can reach their own conclusion with regards to if they feel it has value for their business or not. So just some final thoughts here on kind of the rollout and the final steps remaining. It's our goal to have these solutions in place here within the next couple weeks. But in order to do that, there are some remaining programming for iVision. We have to design and build reports that show usage by account. How many locations are active? How many wallets are active? Is it going to be based on passes issued or location or user? We have to kind of work out some of those details and then build reports that not only we can use, but that you can use as well. There's still some last-minute bug fixes and final integration. We had some funniness going on today with typing in text and it coming in backwards. So still working through some last-minute kinks that we hope to iron out here in the next week or so. And then designing a sign-up procedure for licensees. And so we really haven't implemented anything like this with a third party in the past. We've always done it in-house, and we're able to kind of, build it all as we go. In this case, we are working with third parties on these technologies, so there's a few more steps involved in just really determining the sign-up procedure. A couple other questions came in here. Does the $50 setup fee include the hardware for the Wi-Fi? And the answer is yes, it does include the hardware and the setup and the configuration. And what is the equipment needed for the Wi-Fi marketing? It's a special modem. It's a special hotspot device. I wouldn't say it's a modem. It's a hotspot device, I guess essentially a modem, that you will receive that's configured to take people to that splash page and then provide reports that are then viewable in the platform. So it will complement their existing Wi-Fi solution, but it will be really kind of the primary Wi-Fi connection for their guests. Okay. All right. And that's all I had. So unless there's any other questions that come in here, I really appreciate everybody's call today. This call was recorded, so I'm going to provide the video afterwards for everybody for benefit of just reviewing. And then there will be marketing collateral on the Hotspot device that will be rebrandable, and you'll have all those resources available to you in the knowledge base section. So we have that stuff. We are prepping it, and you will have a nice arsenal of marketing collateral that you can use for your clients. So thank you, everybody, for your time today. I hope everybody's well, and I look forward to speaking to you all in the very near future. Have a good rest of the afternoon.